do anything I wanna do anything I wanna do anything I can do anything.
Welcome back, little Scorpio King supporters. I'm finna do a reaction to Pull Up With a Stick, the music video that took down a neighborhood. So if you're a real SahBabii fan, or if you fuck with SahBabii for the amount of years, for the last, what, 5 years or whatever, you will know situations that happen, and you'll probably question why he's not big as he's supposed to be. As big as he's supposed to be. I'm actually going to react to other videos which goes deeper into that, that explains that as well. Because he just dropped the album called Saheem. It's a pretty good album. I did a reaction to it. I don't know if it's out right now or not, but I rated it like an 8.9. It's a pretty good album. Y'all should definitely go check it out. But just to give y'all a little background, since he's back, you know, back doing this thing, let's get to it.
Four shooters involved in the murder of a man.
Yeah, this was on First 48, by the way.
In Northwest.
But we need some assistance because obviously we know that people know what's going on, and again, I believe that they are afraid.
All right, what is up, everybody? So in 2017, SahBabii recorded his hit song Pull Up With a Stick using a broken microphone in his bedroom in the 9th Ward of Atlanta. And this song quickly became the summer anthem.
Yeah, what they say, you're using a broke microphone. That doesn't mean go use a broken microphone. No, it just means use what you have. Because he did that with a broken microphone, bro. You feel me? Like, y'all got a microphone that costs $1,000 and y'all still not doing nothing. Or y'all got a phone and you still not doing nothing. You know, you can take your phone right now, download GarageBand on it if you got an iPhone, or download any app that you can record music on and record a whole song on it, and it will still sound good. It'll sound passable, listenable. Y'all remember when XXXTentacion blew up? He had that song called "Look at Me." That song was distorted, all types of stuff. So y'all be thinking you need this, you need that to make stuff happen. No, you don't. You don't, bro. But let's get back into it.
2017, when the music video started doing numbers. And the reason people were drawn to this music video was this motherfucker SahBabii was crooning his ass off with all sorts of artillery in the back.
Welcome back to Let's Help You Grow Now, because I'm here to help you grow now. I'm doing a reaction to Pull Up With a Stick, the music video that took down a neighborhood.
And that's what made it stand out. But it was also one of the main pieces of evidence in a federal investigation that took down 28 buildings in the 9th Ward of Atlanta.
There's so much going on in that apartment complex. It's just nuts. They're all throwing up gang signs. You got little kids in the video throwing up these gang signs.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is Varsity. Let's go.
Oh, I got a lot of heart and a lot of passion. God gave me all the strength, now my demons passing. I was starving for success like a nigga fasting. All them demons lurking at me, I won't let them back in. I've been really working while they napping. Tell me why you can't be real with me, show your actions. I've been keeping it 1,000, you've been keeping fractions. But I bet when I'm
this hard.
Maybe wanna back in. City going crazy, but that's for last year all these niggas didn't play me. Main moves got views, now they hate.
Alright, in
That's
order
fine.
to understand this story, we gotta travel to Atlanta, more specifically Zone 1. Atlanta's divided into 6 zones because the city map is confusing as fuck, and since nobody agrees on boundaries, they just went with zones. Zone 2 is to the north, and that's the place of affluence. If you want to ball out, you go there. All the rich celebrities are there. They have these nice penthouses. It's beautiful. Now the south is Zone 3. This is like the Silicon Valley.
I've been to all the zones in Atlanta, and it's definitely confusing for sure.
Of trap music. This is where rappers go to record, collaborate, and get shit done. You have record labels there like 1017 Brick Squad, Future's Free Bands record label is there. If you want to be productive, that's where you go. But in this story, we're going to the west side of Atlanta, called Zone 1. More specifically, the 9th Ward. This is where SahBabii and his family moved from Chicago at an early age to pursue his brother's rap career. Now, I really respect that. When the whole family moves as a unit together to chase an opportunity, that's dope. But in chase,
Bro, that's really. Now I knew that he was from Chicago originally and he moved to Atlanta, but I didn't know they moved because his brother rap career. That's the real dedication. That really means his family really believed. That's real stuff. Um, let's see what they got to say about his brother because I ain't hear nothing about his brother making it or anything like that. But at least he made it or whatever. Let's see what they're talking about.
chasing that dream, there's a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. Unfortunately, SahBabii's brother's career did not take off like they wanted to. The family spent many painful years just trying to make ends meet. SahBabii always wanted to be a video.
Yeah, that's how it starts. You know what I'm saying? When you're going towards something that's really big, that's not the norm, sometimes it takes time, bro. Shit, I'm still grinding. I'm trying to get in SahBabii position on Diddy somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And actually, this video is actually going to be uploaded on my Let's Help You Grow Now channel, not my little Scorpio King supporters channel. Even though you should subscribe to that as well, but this is going to be uploaded on Let's Help You Grow Now. So that's why I mentioned it because I forgot. You know what I'm saying?
Game developer. And around the time when YBN Namir was in the online GTA community rapping over his headset,
Hey, bro. Speaking of YB, Namir, him and what's this girl name? What's that girl name? Selena Powell. They got a baby coming together. Now I don't know if they're trolling or if they dead ass. That's kind of wow. That's different. That's different. Hey, I know y'all heard about that. If you haven't, go look it up.
SahBabii was there too, making GTA montages. He also made a map on GTA called Nuketown. One day he decided to take these creative talents and deploy them into his own rap career, and his brother helped produce his music. He dropped 2 projects, but they didn't pop the way he wanted to. The family was struggling to survive, and the pressure was getting to him.
We was broke, man. Eating hot dogs and stuff like that.
He was literally physically losing hair out his head, man. Had bald patches, man, and he just didn't care about nothing, man.
Now he was gonna quit rap, but he decided to shoot one last music video, and he knew he needed to bring out the heavy guns. Literally, he knew that showing a shit ton of guns in his music video would make it go viral, and that's what happened.
It's in this area that police say gang members filmed this disturbing.
He went to a housing complex on Delmar Lane in the 9th Ward called the Sierra Ridge Apartments. Now this place was like a safe house for nefarious activity. It was like a weapon stash of stolen guns and drugs. And what's ironic is the slogan on the entrance of these apartments was, "Welcome to the good life." And that shit was a lie. See, the teens in the area were gathering an arsenal by breaking into cars and stealing guns.
We all know that car break-ins are a huge problem in the city of Atlanta. They make up 40% of the crime in the city, in fact.
If you own a weapon, don't leave it in the car. Thieves as young as 12 are snatching them, and things can only get worse after that.
They would break into 100 cars, find 1 or 2 guns, and do the same thing the next day. The apartment complex was becoming a big problem for Zone 1 police. Just 3 days after SahBabii's music,
Unless you got some real big sticks, as in guns, why are you leaving your gun in your car? You feel me? You got it for protection, right? So why are you leaving your gun in your car? Unless it's like I said, if it's like a big stick, like an assault rifle or something like that.
video went viral. It became the
Or unless you're in states that you're not supposed to, where it's not legal. But if you're in the South, leaving your gun in your car is diabolical.
target of a state and federal gang initiative codenamed Operation Triple Beam. A week after the music video was filmed, there were 2 separate murders in the complex. This was the perfect storm. A 22-year-old kid was shot 4 times in the chest with a .40 cal. When the police arrived, he was dead in the back of a car next to an 80-round drum for an AK-47. Apparently, he was just trying to sell a TV that he had stolen. But then he himself was robbed at gunpoint, and the whole thing went south. The problem...
Damn, that's sad. That's sad. That's very sad. That was like instant karma. Not saying it was, I'm not approving anything or promoting anything or anything like that. I'm just saying, just in general.
Was the police were having trouble with witnesses.
Because they say he stole something that he was trying to sell. People do that all the time to make money. People trying to survive and stuff like that. But that's crazy, though.
Nobody wanted to talk until finally someone came in and said that she saw the suspect hanging around at SahBabii's music video shoot just days before. The feds pulled up the music video that they hadn't seen yet and were like, God damn, it was like an investigator's wet dream. Pause.
We've had our full unit going through frame for frame, trying to document people from the video and figure out their criminal history, figure out their gang affiliation.
They also pulled up a behind the scenes video that was on YouTube. It was like a tutorial on how to self-incriminate. Then the police went to the complex, swept it clean, taking people in one by one as someone gave up the shooter's name. Now, long story short, they were sent on a wild goose chase for several weeks, trying to find a man with yellow dreads who apparently had an AK-47, but this turned out to be a girl with yellow dreads who had an AK-47, but she wasn't the shooter. She did, however, lead them to the actual shooter, whose name was G28. Operation Triple Beam led to 26 charges and 2 life sentences. The housing complex on Delmar Lane was hit with hundreds of code violations. Apparently, they even shut off the water due to an unpaid bill of 500 grand. Eventually, the city ordered it to be demolished. 28 buildings gone. As for SahBabii, he somehow dodged the whole situation, went on tour with Young Thug, and then announced he was retiring from rap to develop a video game. I guess things went full circle. But he did not retire. I'm pretty sure I saw one of his music videos a couple days ago. And that shit was crazy. Like, this man has mad talent for his music videos. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and I will see you in the next one.
All right, so the next video, it's gonna be how SahBabii
Back in
blackballed.
2017, SahBabii was being touted as the next big thing out of Atlanta. A unique flow, a viral music video / hit song, features and connections with everyone in Atlanta. What could possibly go wrong? Well, after getting his hit song Pull Up With A Stick, today SahBabii is irrelevant. From everything from beef with other rappers to fumbling big features and connections. My name is Rashad Bashir, and this is how SahBabii blackballed himself. But before we talk about how he fell in popularity, how did he get popular in the first place? Well, on September 28th of 2016, SahBabii dropped his viral song, Pull Up With A Stick. Accompanying the track was one of the most iconic Atlanta music videos in the past 10 years. At the time, he was completely unknown, but in less than 2 weeks, the song blew up. That fall, he released his highly successful project, Sandas, and from then on, his name was etched into the Atlanta rap scene. By 2017, Pull Up With A Stick was a bona fide hit and put SahBabii on the map for real. He was being touted as the next big artist out of Atlanta, and artists like Young Thug, Travis Scott, and Metro Boomin were fans. And fans themselves were calling him a mix of Young Thug and 21 Savage. The music video went on to get over 70 million views and was later remixed by Young Thug, T-Pain, Fetty Wap, Wiz Khalifa, Lil Wayne, and more. Things were moving fast, and shortly after the song blew up, SahBabii was flown to London by Young Thug, where he met Drake, and in March of 2017, SahBabii inked a $2 million record deal with Warner Bros. Records. Pretty soon, SahBabii was connected with everyone in Atlanta as well. He had become pretty close with 21 Savage, dropping music together, and fans even alleged that he was close enough to the point where he was a part of 21 Savage's group, Slaughter Gang. So at this point, it's safe to say that things were going pretty well for SahBabii, but it didn't take long for things to go south. It started when he began beefing with Offset. SahBabii had been wearing upside down crosses for a while, but at the time, upside down crosses were a big conversation in rap, and it wasn't a good thing.
Bro, I remember that. I remember that time. I remember that shit. Like it was yesterday.
It was negative, and many rappers like Offset weren't having it. So in May of 2017, Offset took to Instagram to say,
all y'all went upside down cross. Even my little partners, man. Stop that boy, you look lame. All that worship the devil. He was God, man.
After Offset's video, SahBabii took to Instagram himself, and he had some not so nice words to say about Offset. First saying Offset is the one who's a female dog for even making it an internet thing.
You was the first to take this to the internet. You was a whole.
And that Offset wasn't actually from the streets, and said some other not so nice things.
Stop speaking on street you industry pigtail wearing. You was a wearing pigtails.
And finally said that he'd happily handle Offset in real life.
This all on the internet. I'll be glad to beat your though. You talking about you wearing pigtails like a all this get ass down your head.
After SahBabii's response, which, you know, was a bit much, I'll admit, Offset decided that he would take to Instagram himself to share his thoughts once again. And this time, he had some words for SahBabii directly, and started by saying SahBabii wasn't even affiliated with any gang from Atlanta. And in fact, he was really from Chicago.
Shabby to Shabby, bro, the your ass name, man, bro, you fake claiming. You ain't PD, you ain't Slaughter Gang, you ain't the mob, you ain't from Atlanta, nigga, Chicago.
And called him broke.
Cheer ain't costing nothing to little pieces you got on your neck, boy.
And then said that SahBabii wouldn't be the one giving Offset the beats. It was going to be the other way around. And he would get his own neighbors or friends to do it.
Then you talking about you beat my ass, and I pull up to your hood that ain't your hood and have them white stripe your ass out in your hood, bro.
And explained he was a really tough guy who everyone knows in Atlanta.
I don't know what's going on with that. All that playing with me, I don't play.
So after Offset said he would go to SahBabii's hood and get his own people to handle him, SahBabii responded by showing his hood.
Believe me. You got the whole mob out here, believe me, man. Night war, all that type of
everybody out here squigged up for the video.
And made a post on Instagram to continue the diss on Offset, saying, "We really accepting F guys like this? From up north? You not from Atlanta? Stop this internet stuff. Get your money. You a up north guy. Don't get yourself messed up trying to play gangster. You a fake GD. You wear pigtails. Stop it. Hashtag set." And continued to roast him, claiming Offset was from the north, which is the nicer area of Atlanta, basically saying that Offset wasn't really from that type of lifestyle. "You look like one of those people that picks up money from the floor. You ass parakeet. You from up north. I've never seen you in the city. Go tie your shirt up and double dutch with your sister girls. I love Chicago, but you're from the north side. Stop speaking on city stuff you don't know about. Stay your up north." And in an interview, SahBabii was asked about the situation.
By Offset, you know, talking about his youngins or his young partners, he was saying, you know, he wasn't with all the upside down crosses and stuff. You know, and when I seen it and heard it, you know, I thought about 21. I thought about Uzi, and I thought about you. And then I also got back on the internet later and I saw you had responded to it. You know, and it's been some back and forth this week and everything. I just want you to touch on it.
He admitted he shouldn't have spoken on it.
Well, you know, hey man, I wish I would never even responded to that, because I ain't the type to do all that internet beef. But I feel like he don't need to be speaking down on people. I don't speak on no other religions or nothing like that.
And a little known fact that a lot of people forget about today is SahBabii wasn't actually the only one who Offset dissed. Lil Uzi Vert, XXXTentacion, and SahBabii were all called out by Offset for wearing upside down crosses and everything it has to do with. Lil Uzi was joking around and playing SahBabii's music on Snapchat.
Like, I remember that era though. I think Uzi still do the upside crosses. I'm personally not with that. I don't do that. I wouldn't wear a cross upside down. But shoot, that's their business, man. If they want to do that, let them do it. Shit.
I'm the coolest clam in the city.
And XXXTentacion spoke out for SahBabii too, as well as defended himself in his own beef.
Hey man, tell the Offset get off man. On that for him, man. Yo, man, always on somebody, man. Shut your up, man. Like 35, still trying to catch the wave. Your career over, man. Shut that up. You run.
In fact, SahBabii and Uzi actually became friends over the situation, although no music ever came out.
I saw you and Uzi connected earlier in the year via Twitter too, you know, and he had kind of reached out and sent some tweets and saluted you, what have you.
Yeah, most definitely. I messed with Uzi.
Yeah, and
great guy.
Have you guys discussed? You know, he wears his cross upside down.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We was just on FaceTime yesterday. Yesterday, we supposed to be linking up when he get in town. Yeah, we discussed it. We go have a lot of talks and stuff like that.
And in the same interview, SahBabii cleared up the whole 666 and upside down cross too.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, talk about, you know, the meaning of 666 for you and wearing the cross upside down.
666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. That's what makes up melanin. And you know, us brown skinned people, we all have melanin in us.
Right.
And I'm proud to be black. We got a lot of.
So I'm like
people.
Even the interviewer had his back.
We're proud to be black.
A group called 666 Mafia.
Yeah.
And we all salute Juicy J and DJ Paul and what those guys did for the culture and won a Grammy. And their name is 666 Mafia.
Yeah, for sure.
And in that same interview, SahBabii explained he would never speak down on any other religions the way Offset did. It's kind of hilarious to me how the interviewers just went along with it, like SahBabii's religion was a real thing.
Like, he don't need to be speaking down on people. I don't speak on no other religion.
It is a real thing to him.
So I don't think he should be speaking down on young people that, and I saluted them back then.
Right.
I said they was creative and stuff like that, but I don't think he should be speaking down on people.
Right.
But I should never respond it though. I ain't that type of guy. Do all the internet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think.
And to be honest, Offset wasn't actually that wrong for assuming what he assumed. So SahBabii decided to clear up the rumors surrounding his upside down cross and explained he actually had created his own religion. I created this ideology for seeking truth. I had this mindset since a young boy. I stand behind this and we will for it. Book coming soon. Unknownism. Accepting the fact of not knowing all this they tell us is true. 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. And a quick little rant. I don't know what atoms have to do with not giving a f. Like, why does every rapper justify their upside down crosses with atoms? It's like the most pseudoscientific thing ever, because atoms are in every living and non-living thing, even rocks. So to me, it was completely okay for people to call out SahBabii over this, at least without an explanation. And he also explained that the cross had more meaning than his new made-up religion. It was also due to his pride and his heritage.
Believe it. Yeah. I'm just proud to be black, man. And the upside down cross is for an ideology I created called unknownism, for seeking the truth. We really don't know everything, so it's just accepting the fact that we don't know everything. I really don't know what that cross means. My ancestors didn't use it, so we just use that one.
And said himself he was prepared for the hate, such as the disses from Offset, but was fighting for justice.
Yeah. I was prepared for all that. First, I ain't like being tall, you know, but sometimes you gotta be bold.
Right.
You feel me? You gotta be bold sometimes and really make change. That's what I'm trying to do. All the time, man. We might have people throwing water on us.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a bit over dramatic in my opinion, but you know. However, on the flip side, Offset couldn't be telling people about religion either when he's a street rapper, rapping about things 10 times worse. And SahBabii recognized this. So he also called out Offset for being a hypocrite, as Offset and the Migos would frequently blow thousands at the club, but only donated a measly 1,000 to their standards to their high school. So on Instagram, SahBabii said, "You look lame as talking about my cross. My cross gonna stay upside down. Y'all donate $1,000 to Washington, but throw 10,000 in the club. I will." And SahBabii led by example. After encountering a young fan at a store, he got him a gift, and the fan burst out crying. Giving back to the community was something SahBabii actually believed in, as he grew up dirt poor. But overall, the whole upside down cross stuff really got people upset in Atlanta specifically. Young Thug was already rocking a dress, so people began getting scared, like, damn, is this the new normal? And that's not shocking considering Atlanta is pretty conservative. So a lot of fans were like, yo, this might be getting out of hand. And SahBabii, he wasn't as big as Young Thug, so he was gonna take a lot of flack for it. Lil Yachty actually spoke on it as well. In an interview, Lil Yachty tried to play both sides and said that both SahBabii and the Migos were his bros, but he defended SahBabii.
I gotta ask you about something because it just popped up on my Instagram timeline. You know, SahBabii and Offset are like kind of going crazy on Instagram.
Yeah,
SahBabii's
started
coming at Offset super sideways right now on Instagram.
I mean, Offset came at SahBabii first.
I saw that. I know that's your label mate, Offset, but SahBabii was showing you mad love.
SahBabii, that's like my newfound brother.
So I mean, obviously, I like both guys.
I like both.
And said that he actually tried to squash the beef, but was unsuccessful.
Is there? Can you play the peacemaker or something like that?
Can you fix this? Trying to.
You should fix it, man. Get him on a group chat, man.
I just called SahBabii.
That's good.
What did he say?
He didn't pick up.
He didn't pick up.
You gotta give it time.
We label mates, we brothers.
We gotta squash that.
And me and SahBabii are really cool. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you gotta.
So finally, SahBabii called Offset broke.
But are you still broke? Are you still sitting on your ass? Are you out here grinding? I don't think so.
And after that, the beef fizzled out. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time, this shot SahBabii up in popularity, as not many casual fans knew who he was and heard about him for the first time through this beef. But beefing with someone who had so many connections was just not a smart idea, and it would eventually come to bite him back. But how, right? Offset was just one guy, and SahBabii didn't need a Migos feature. You see, this beef had consequences much worse than not being cool with the Migos, or even some random rappers that were cool with the Migos. It was actually much worse. Remember when I said SahBabii was flown out by Young Thug and introduced to Drake in London? Well, in an interview, SahBabii actually revealed that Drake had reached out and was going to hop on Pull Up With a Stick.
Who you working with, man? Who you trying to work with?
Bro, that would have been so good.
Obviously, the Drake verse is coming, right? Have you ever talked to Drake?
Yeah, I talked to him.
You talked to him, so that means he's gonna get on the song. Drake is like really good at hopping on waves, and I feel like he's gonna hop all over your wave, but it's gonna be good for you.
This would have been huge, and taken SahBabii from a rising rap star in Atlanta to a star in hip hop.
Drake gets on a song and it goes to the next level.
Ironically, Drake had actually done this with Offset and the Migos on their song together, Versace.
Hop all over your wave, but it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's gonna be like what happened with the Migos and Versace.
However, after SahBabii began beefing with Offset, Drake didn't go through with the feature due to that beef because Drake was very close with him. So SahBabii had a huge fumble. But see, SahBabii didn't just beef with rappers. He also had snitch allegations after his song Pull Up With a Stick. Confused? Let me explain why. Remember how SahBabii's song blew up through the music video? Well, the reason people were drawn to the video so much was because of all the toys in the background, if you catch my drift. And it didn't just get eyeballs from rap fans. The neighborhood was actually being investigated by the authorities, and the video caught the attention of the feds, eventually becoming one of the key pieces of evidence in a federal investigation that took down 28 buildings in Atlanta.
Assistance, because obviously we know that people know what's going on, and again, I believe that they are afraid.
The housing complex that SahBabii shot that music video turned out to be a safe house for gang activity and weapons, and 3 days after the music video was dropped, the feds launched an investigation called, I kid you not, Operation Gang Beam. The music video was a dream come true, and the feds ID'd everyone in it.
Had our full unit going.
That's crazy. They ID'd everybody.
Trying to document people from the video and figure out their criminal history, figure out.
Long story short, they found out everything they were looking for, leading to 26 sentences, 2 life sentences, multiple code violations for the buildings, and all 28 buildings were eventually demolished after a city order. Keep in mind, none of this would have been possible without SahBabii's music video. At the time, he dodged it and went on tour with Young Thug, but it didn't take long for brain-dead fans to begin accusing SahBabii of being a snitch, and it definitely hurt his reputation. SahBabii's cousin also exposed SahBabii.
But what they got to do with him being a snitch? All he did was do a video, and he didn't tell them to go ID everybody and stuff. That don't mean he's a snitch, bro. Like, they reaching.
SahBabii for not really being about what he raps, allegedly.
Saheem, come on, bro. Be for real. You ain't pulled up with no kind of sticks, bro. Your mama didn't even like the video. You borrowed them sticks in the video. Come on now. Be for real. You ain't grow up like that. I don't even know why your daddy let you do all that dumb.
But at this point, SahBabii wasn't just some rising rap star. He had a lot of connections within Atlanta that he could have used, but he just never took advantage of them. He was cool with affiliates of 21 Savage that were part of Slaughter Gang, and 21 himself, and they even collabed together on a song called Outstanding, which got 10 million views, but they never collabed afterwards. SahBabii and Lil Yachty were also really close, like I went over earlier, and collaborated on some music as well, which also never come out. And they don't seem to be friends anymore. But the most important connection of SahBabii's that he really failed to capitalize on was Playboi Carti. SahBabii and Carti were pretty close back in the day. They collabed on one known song called Supersonic and were rumored to have collabed even more. SahBabii unironically fit Carti's opium aesthetic before he even started the label, and who knows what would have happened if they collabed. And at one point, fans even thought he would be on Die Lit or Whole Lotta Red. But one of the most important reasons, if not the most important reason SahBabii didn't go up in my opinion, which is basically overlooked by everyone, even fans of his, was his mental health. After his initial success, SahBabii's mental state began to deteriorate fast after he began losing family members of his. In an interview, he spoke about how tough it was for him, explaining he was really depressed and in a dark mental state.
Lost. I was kind of lost, you know. Just came out Sanders, came out Squid-tastic, depressed,
Saying my cousin, Dean Child, it was depressing. I was waking up at 6 in the morning every day. You know what I'm saying? I was a little bit sick too, but yeah, I was just depressed through this.
And that without his family and son, he might not have gone through it.
I got a son, I got family that's dependent on me.
On top of all of that, the year before, SahBabii said he was going to retire and announced his project Wolverine, which never came out, explaining he wanted to pursue his childhood dream of making video games and that his fans could just enjoy his older music, saying, well, I just want to do more stuff, like making anime video games. I dropped 3 solid projects, so the fans can always enjoy that. Fortunately, he never went through with it, but unfortunately, he did cancel his tour. And this type of instability and inconsistency really damages his career, putting a halt to the insane momentum he had at the time. It's really unfortunate, and ever since then, nothing really worked out for SahBabii commercially. At his peak back in 2017, SahBabii was hit up by a whopping 16 labels trying to sign him, and decided to sign to Warner Bros. And explained that they told him that they would make him a star. But later on, he found out that Warner wanted too much creative control on certain parts of his vision, saying, I thought they wanted too much control on the second option, like what studio and all that. So unfortunately, shortly after his debut project, Sanda's, SahBabii's professional relationship with Warner Bros. Came to an end. So all of this has led to SahBabii's current state. He's popular, but nowhere where he could be if he applied himself. And on the internet, you'll find many fans asking why SahBabii isn't more popular, saying, why is SahBabii not more popular? I was just wondering why he's not more popular than he already is. With his monthly streams, they're good, but they just don't make sense for the amount of talent he has, if that makes sense. Why is he not in the limelight? Did he make mistakes that damage his career or something? A fellow fan explained that he doesn't promote himself on social media, he doesn't drop music, and that he doesn't care for his success, which is true. And this isn't the only one. There are tons more posts, and in early of 2022, SahBabii had deactivated his Instagram for months, going ghost, worrying his fans. Moreover, back in 2017, SahBabii turned down signing under Young Thug, which would have been a huge career move at the time, but considering what happened recently, he may have saved himself. Recently, SahBabii's actually been doing pretty good. His most recent single, Lost All My Feelings, blew up on TikTok, which made me pretty happy. And I definitely could see him making a comeback because his sound is still very current in today's scene. In fact, he was actually very ahead of his time back in the day. But the bottom line is, he just doesn't care, and he did this on purpose. If he wanted to be more commercially successful, he definitely could. And not a lot of artists could say that. And I just want to end this video with a quote by him. I hope people get that they can be themselves. When you just be yourself, you can unlock a lot of things. SahBabii. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. My name is Rashad Bashir. Have a nice day, and see you next time.
All right, next video.
SahBabii, a man who blew up during the
SahBabii,
one who ain't thrive off it. And this man being involved in music was kind of handed down to him from his brother. He seen everything his brother was doing and kind of got inspired from it. Not only that, this man grew up in Atlanta. He was probably surrounded with so much music and seeing so many rappers around him. Of course he wanted to make music. New York Times wrote this on him. SahBabii was born in Chicago and lived in the Wentworth Garden Projects until moved to Atlanta at 13. His older brother T3 made music and he grew up idolizing rappers like Young Thug, Cash Out. Them was local heroes. I used to see him at Kroger, he said, inspired by a generation of young Atlanta rappers. SahBabii said that's what made me want to get into it more, because I seen kids my age doing this versus when I was in Chicago, it wasn't really no fun. It was just gang banging. But this inspiration for him to actually start making music would pay off in 2017 when he dropped the album that changed his life. SANDAS. Something. That was really the name of the album. And I'm not gonna lie, this fits SahBabii. This man do be on Kevin Gates level in his songs sometimes. But like I said, this album changed a lot for this man, but not only for music. See, he dropped this album and it had his hit song, Pull Up With a Stick. Everybody loved that song. And I mean, it was a good song, but the music video for that song would cause a lot of problems. In the music video, SahBabii and everybody was posted in front of some apartments, Sierra Ridge apartments specifically. And this video was like the key to what the feds was looking for. The vid started about every nigga in there had a gun on them, all pointing at the cameras, all that. But sometimes I wonder, how can these cameramen be even comfortable in that situation? Could never be me, but that's besides the point. You gotta lay everything out for you to really understand the situation and what the music video caused. Remember what I said, SahBabii moved to Atlanta when he was about 13, and with him being there, he was surrounded by everything, not just music, and the streets kind of took him in. So when it came time for him to record this music video for Pull Up With a Stick, he picked someone he was familiar with. the Sierra Ridge apartments. And these apartments is important because this was like the safe house. This where everybody was going to do what they needed to do. I'm talking about these apartments was so bad, they was named a crime haven. Because during this time, a lot of crime was going on. A lot of people was breaking into cars, stealing guns, and they would be brought here. These apartments was just stacked full of weapons, drugs, all that. But not only was these apartments getting called a crime haven, that was borderline unlivable. From trash hazard to fire hazard, it was bad. They had over 424 code violations. Not even mentioning, in 900 days, police said people filed over 230 crime-related incident reports. Cops said they was at these apartments up to 3 times a day. Fox 5 wrote in court records officials with City Hall and Atlanta police referred to the 28 apartment buildings off Delmore Lane as unfit for human habitation and a haven for excessive crime activity. Just know, these apartment complex was a problem, but that wasn't it. Even after the SahBabii video came out and went viral, the feds was watching. And like I said before, this was the key they needed to unlock everything. A week after this video came out, a kid got killed at the apartment complex. And when cops got there, dude was dead in the back of the car next to an 80-round drum from an AK-47. Turns out, dude stole a TV and was trying to sell it, but the person he was trying to sell it to robbed him and everything went south. He ended up passing away. So the feds started going a little wild goose chase, trying to figure out what was going on. And nobody wanted to speak. Ain't nobody wanted to speak to 12 until they found one person that did. They claimed that this person was at the SahBabii music video shoot. And this whole case was getting so deep, they had made a whole first 48 episode dedicated to it. But after the feds went through all these hoops and did all of this and all that, they found the person. They found the man who did it, and his name is G28. But that wasn't the end of the situation for this apartment complex. See, even after all that, the city demolished the apartments. From December 2016 to July 2017, they tailed more than 400 infractions of housing codes at the 28 building Sierra Ridge residential complex on Delmar Lane. The buildings posed a safety hazard, and cops was complaining, saying that the haven was here for too long and it was causing too much destruction in the streets. And so, in October 2017, the property owners signed a consent agreement that if things ain't get fixed up within 27 weeks, it was gonna get took down. During the April 23rd hearing, court came out and said everything got to be demolished within 90 days. And somehow after all of that went down, everything that happened with the apartment, a lot of people ended up getting arrested. And luckily, SahBabii didn't get arrested. He was barely even dragged into the situation, and it was his music video. But that don't mean everything else he had going on in his career went smoothly. See, something about SahBabii, his branding is the whole upside down cross thing. And keep in mind, even though the world kind of normalized it today, nigga, this was back in 2017. Everybody hated that. Anytime a rapper came out doing this, doing all this upside down cross stuff, they was getting bashed. And during one of these times where the internet was bashing people, SahBabii came up. SahBabii and Offset. And before I tell you about that, let me speak on something that's been affecting how I live. Factor, one of the best time savers that has come into my life. See, thanks to today's sponsor, Factor, a food service that really lets you eat stress-free. They send you ready to.
All right, so he basically was saying what we just learned. I thought he was gonna say something new. But y'all can go watch it though. It's called The Strange Disappearance of SahBabii. But he pretty much mentioned the same thing that they did in the other video, so I'm not gonna watch the full thing. I feel like it's a waste of time. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Check the links in my description. Y'all need any help growing y'all career, hit me up. Y'all can set up a consultation. Go on my website, LetsHelpYouGrowNow.gumroad.com. You'll be able to get different services and stuff like that that will help you grow in your career. I even got how to grow on TikTok, etc. There's a lot of stuff on here that definitely can help y'all out. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like SahBabii is making a comeback? Because he did drop a new album. Far as the video, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, bro. Like, he made it, you feel me? So, I mean, he made it. So it's really nothing to really say about that. But are you willing to take the risk? Sometimes you got to do certain risks to, you know what I'm saying, get to the next level.